ambao tumepoteza kupitia kwa mtumishi huyu Kelvin. Naomba sisi wote tutakuwa tunasimama ili tuendelee na chorus tafadhali. Sisi wote na waimbaji tafadhali.
We wish to recognize and appreciate your government because you have provided a strong, peaceful and stable and secure environment for these young people to be able to showcase their talent and be able to globally scale this particular terrain without any worries whatsoever. It is important that we continue to rally behind you as a nation so that peace and security and stability will anchor the opportunities that abound amongst our people. First is to take this opportunity at a personal level to convey our deepest condolences to the family of Kelvin Kiptum, a flame that has been blown out by an unfortunate accident only a few days ago. Your Excellency, it's a difficult moment, particularly for the family and for the people of this area and Kenyans and the athletics community. We can only wish and pray that the record that Kiptum was planning to break shall one day be broken by Precious and Caleb.
Tunashukuru sana pamoja na viongozi wote ambao wameandamana pamoja nasi.
Yani Mungu wangu mbona umeniacha?
Leaders of this very region, we share
Servant of God, fare thee well. Masabakta ni vizuri tena inapendeza. So,
my dear love, I can't learn how to say goodbye to you with weak fingers and pain in my heart. It's unbelievable that today I have learned to stay with our beloved kids without you coming home again. I mourn my love. I have cried until no more. I'll miss you and your love of my life forever until we meet again. But I promise to gather my strength for the sake of our children. I hope in the spirit world you'll inspire me to stand as a pillar to our children. I promise to make them smile in your honor. I'll make you happy all the time. We have been planning for a big day to tie our knots in colorful wedding ceremony in April 2024. But God's plans are greater. I'll still make my vows of love, even in your rest. When your star was growing to be the brightest, God used you. You've been the best husband and father to our children. I'll clearly miss your company. We'll smile again. Till we meet again, my love. Dance with angels. Bye. Rest in peace.
According to one of Kelvin Kiptum's training mates, Kelvin's dream was to make the world know that there was a place for training called Chepkorio. Chepkorio is where we are standing here today. That was his dream. He took care of all the 9 training mates and pace setters in terms of food, transport, accommodation, and training gear. All these were besides his coach, his family, and school children's fees within the village. He was a real superstar whose career was on a spectacular upward trajectory. To keep the memory of Kelvin Kiptum alive and support his family and community, Golazo is launching the Kelvin Kiptum Foundation, and I'm sure the CEO of Golazo will come and talk about that a little bit later. And the fund will predominantly provide continued financial support for education and infrastructure. Your Excellency, as we continue, we in Athletics Kenya, we are going to support this program fully, and we intend to discuss this with the family of Kelvin Kiptum, the county government of Elgeyo Marakwet, and other partners like Nike, to see that all pending payments due to Kelvin Kiptum are paid to this foundation.
There can be few words from me today that can ease the pain and sense of loss. For Kelvin's family, his fellow athletes, the legion of friends from within and beyond athletics, many of whom are gathered here today, the Kenyan Athletics Federation, and of course the people of Kenya. But I can speak on behalf of the entire World Athletics family. Kelvin, you will be missed. Our grief and sadness will take time to dissipate. Rest assured, your achievements are treasured, indelible, and secure in the annals of our history and never ever forgotten. May you rest in peace.
We all know one thing, that sports is one of its own that is able to bring us all together as a nation. I only want maybe to echo what the General has just said, that our sportsmen and women needs more of support to be able to enjoy and explore more of their talents. Remember that at this time, as we are heading to the Olympic Games in Paris, the only thing, and I'm requesting our sportsmen that they are going to be part and parcel of this team, that the only tribute we are going to give to our brother, our champion, our legend, Kiptum, is to make sure that when we go to Paris, every medal that we will be participating in, we make sure we get, in his honor, we bring those medals. To the family of Kiptum, the father, his wife, and the children, we will be standing with you. We know what you are going through. It's such a painful moment, But I want to assure you that we are all together in this.
Nitoe tu hakikisho kwamba ndugu zetu wale wa National Assembly wamemalizia ile sheria ya Gaming Control Bill na wameituma kwetu katika Senate. Ningependa tu kutoa hakikisho hapa mbele ya hawa wanariadha wengi ambao wako hapa kwamba kuna lessons tulijifunza kutoka kwa ile maneno ilifanyika kwa Sports Fund. We want to dedicate a big chunk of the contribution of the fund that will be built out of that bill to development of this industry of sports, Your Excellency. The truth of the matter, ukiangalia hawa vijana wengi ambao walisimama hapa, it tells you that there is an industry that has great potential ambaye as a country we haven't been able to fully tap into. Mimi najua these are things that are passionate to you. We have it in the Kenya Kwanza manifesto, and we shall be able to do all the promises that have been made today so that this industry excels and gives us great pride as a nation.
Today I stand here really with a very heavy heart because Kiptum for me was like a son. And I interacted with this young man up close, and he was an incredible, incredible young Kenyan. A bright star dimmed far too soon, and an athlete who was already taking a prominent role in all the good things that this ministry and government is doing. Kiptum had already become a champion in our anti-doping agenda, our absolute zero tolerance to doping, our message of running and winning clean. And indeed, when his record was ratified only a couple of weeks ago by World Athletics, we applauded because he then symbolized that indeed you can run, you can win, and you can shatter world records without doping. And so we have really lost an incredible star in many respects. Kiptum has also unified our country in life as well as in death. When he ran that incredible 2 hours, 35 seconds, the whole of Kenya celebrated. And when he passed on that fateful night of February 11, we all were shattered.
Tumekuja na rais hapa to join the family to mourn this great son of this land and a hero of our great country. A young man who has done proud to our republic by shattering the world record and was looking forward to even do much better in the Olympics at Paris. We have come to condole with the young family and the parents and to tell them that we hold them in prayer, that God gives them strength to bear the great loss. Your Excellency, your presence here today is a clear demonstration of where your administration holds our athletes. Last Jamhuri Day, Your Excellency, you honored many athletes, including the late, with honors because of your personal commitment to the development of sports in this country. Na kwa hivyo tunaomba wale wanariadha wote ambaye wataenda Olympics to honor this great son here by carrying our flag high and shattering many other world records. That way, tutakuwa tumeinua jina lake. We trust our team will do very well in Paris, na tunatakia nyinyi mema. Kama rais atakubali anipe ruhusa, nitakuja siku 2-3 niungane na nyinyi. Sijui kama atakubali kwa sababu rais siku hizi kichwa yake haiko tu kwa mambo ya uchumi. Anatusukuma hata sisi wengine masomo yetu iko chini, anatuambia tukue economist. Najua huyu rais ni rafiki yangu, lakini kuna pahali alinichenga kidogo. Aliponiambia nikuwe naibu wake, nilikuwa nafikiri nakuja kumsaidia kazi. Hakuniambia ya kwamba zote anataka tukue ma economist. Mambo yetu tu mambo ya uchumi kutoka asubuhi mpaka usiku. Kwa hivyo rais, utanikubalia mimi niende Paris siku 2-3 niwachane na mambo ya uchumi nika support hawa. Sisi tunataka kusema tumekuja hapa kuungana na nyinyi na we want to say pole to the parents, to the widow, to the children. We are with you in prayer during this very difficult time.
Mimi pia naungana na viongozi wote kuleta rambirambi zetu kwa jamii hii ya ndugu yetu kijana mwanaspoti Kelvin Kiptum. Katika ghafla hii ya mazishi ya huyu kijana, poleni sana. Pole mama, pole wazazi wake, marafiki wake, the sporting fraternity who are here, na wananchi wa sehemu hii. Huyu Kelvin, ingawaje alizaliwa katika sehemu hii, alikuwa amevuka mipaka ya kijiji yake, kaunti yake, akawa ni Mkenya ambaye alitambulika, na vile mumeona hata katika kifo yake dunia mzima imeungana kwa sababu ya kijana huyu Kevin. And therefore we've come here as friends, as family, as leaders, to condole with the family on the demise of this great Kenyan and a world beater. I got to know about the passing on of Kelvin from CS Ababu. I think it was maybe a few hours after it happened. And it was really a very heavy moment for us, because in Kelvin we saw the future of athletics in Kenya. And Kelvin has stood out not just as a great athlete, but more importantly as a good person. Alikuwa ni mtu mwenye roho safi, na tumekuja hapa kumpatia rambirambi zetu za pole na za kwaheri. Na hata katika kifo yake, Kelvin is talking to us in many ways. Anatuzungumzia kama Wakenya hata katika kifo yake, kwa sababu huyu Kevin alikuwa ni mtu, vile imesemwa hapa na wale walikuwa wanafanya kazi na yeye, he was ambitious, disciplined and focused. Kwa sababu alikuwa ametoka mahali palipo chini sana, lakini kwa sababu ya bidii na kujitolea alifika mahali amevunja rekodi ya dunia. Huyu kijana ambaye alitoka familia ambaye haijulikani, sehemu ndogo ya Chepkorio, lakini leo rekodi ya dunia iko na jina yake. Na ni kwa sababu alijitolea, hakutaka kuwa na sababu. He had more reasons not to succeed than he had to succeed. But he worked against the odds. He could have said, I come from a village that is not very well known, or I come from a family that cannot cater for me, or that I don't have even running shoes. You heard him that he ran barefoot in his earlier days. But he didn't see those as impediments to his ambition and to his success. I say Kevin, even in his death, is speaking to us as Kenya. That we may not have gold, we may not have so much, and that should not deter us from being the great country that we must be. All of us, as the people of Kenya, we must love this country enough to be able, each and every one of us, to do their best to make Kenya great. Kelvin had just joined the many heroes that we have, the great ambassadors of our country, our sportsmen and women that keep Kenya on the world map. And I know that we had faith, we had hope that he would keep Kenya in that map, even in the coming Olympics in Paris. But since we have you, our athletes, and you have heard from all of us, Paris is going to be the Olympics that is going to define this man, Kevin. We want you to make Paris an Olympics of Kelvin Kiptum. Mutusaidie, na tunajua mko na uwezo. Mnajua tayari Kenya ilikuwa katika orodha ya nchi ambazo zingepigwa marufuku. We were candidates for being banned for matters doping. And it took us as an administration. I remember sending Ababu Namwamba, and we had to engage our friend Sebastian Coe. When I sat with him in my office, I asked him a simple question: what do I do so that Kenya is not banned? And he asked me that for Kenya not to be banned, you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have to put a fund of 500, almost 750 million Kenya shillings every year to deal with the problem of doping. I am very happy that we complied, and Kenya today is off the list of countries to be banned for doping. Sebastian Coe was here himself. He has had to leave. And I want to thank him because he is a friend of Kenya. Why not for him? He bent over backwards to accommodate our country. Mimi nataka niwaulize wanariadha wetu. Mumejaliwa na Mungu. Bidii yenu imewafikisha mbali. Musikubali mambo haya ya madawa ya haribu talanta zenu na ya haribu sifa yenu kama wanariadha wa taifa letu la Kenya. Tutashirikiana pamoja na nyinyi. And I have made a commitment that every year we are going to have $5 million as we committed to World Athletics to make sure that we deal with the problem of doping in Kenya. Tulianzisha fund ya sports fund pale 2015 nafikiri. Na tulianzisha hiyo fund makusudi kwa sababu hatukukuwa na fund kamili ya kushughulika na wachezaji wetu. We didn't have a dedicated proper fund for managing sports in Kenya. That's why we came up with a sports fund. Unfortunately, along the way, 60% of that fund was taken to do other things. I want to tell the sporting fraternity that we have now reinstated sports fund to deal with only matters sports. Now that fund is going to be dedicated 100% to making sure that we deal with only matters sports. And I want to confirm to you that the stadium you have asked for, all the other facilities, the training centers you have asked for, will now become a possibility because we have secured funding for it. And we have eliminated all the other issues from being funded by sports fund. We have other interventions. Tuko na maneno ya endowment fund ambayo tumeanzisha kushughulika na wachezaji wetu wote. Pia tuko na pension fund ambayo tunawauliza kila mwanariadha aweze kujisajili, na hiyo tutasaidia kama serikali kuhakikisha ya kwamba wanariadha wetu wakishafika retirement, na tunajua retirement ya wanariadha inakuja mapema, pia watakuwa na pesa ya kuhakikisha kwamba wanariadha wetu hawaishi maisha ambayo sio mazuri baada ya wakati wao wa kuinua na kuweka heshima katika taifa letu. So yale mambo yote mmesema hapa, tayari waziri ako na maelekezo yangu kuhakikisha kwamba haya mambo yote yanashughulikiwa. To the great family of Athletics Kenya and athletes who are here, the athletics community, you have our support, you have my commitment that we are going to deal with all the issues to make sure that you continue to be the great ambassadors of our country. We all need to be mindful of our lifestyles so that we can avoid instances like this, that in a very young age, a very promising, good Kenyan has lost his life. Tutashirikiana pamoja na pia wazazi and the coaches and all the other people that are involved, the managers. They should do more to make sure that we mentor these young people and young athletes into great sportsmen and women. Watu kama kina Paul Tergat, you should do more. The other older sportsmen and women, they should do more in mentoring the younger ones and guiding the younger ones so that we can assist them to be successful athletes and successful Kenyans. We will do our part as the government of Kenya, and I implore on everybody else to do their part. Poleni sana. May Kevin's soul rest in eternal peace. Asanteni sana. Mimi pia naungana na viongozi wote kuleta rambirambi zetu kwa jamii hii ya ndugu yetu kijana mwanaspoti Kelvin Kiptum katika ghafla hii ya mazishi ya huyu kijana. Poleni sana, pole mama, pole wazazi wake, marafiki wake, the sporting fraternity who are here, na wananchi wa sehemu hii. Huyu Kelvin, ingawaje alizaliwa katika sehemu hii, alikuwa amevuka mipaka ya kijiji yake, kaunti yake, akawa ni Mkenya ambaye alitambulika, na vile mumeona hata katika kifo yake dunia mzima imeungana kwa sababu ya kijana huyu Kevin. And therefore we've come here as friends, as family, as leaders, to condole with the family on the demise of this great Kenyan and a world beater.